7 straightforward propensities that could bring down your gamble of sadness, regardless of whether it runs in your loved ones. The manner in which we live could colossally affect our emotional wellness, as per specialists who distinguished 7 way-of-life changes connected to forestalling misery, in any event, when it runs in the family. Late Places for Infectious Prevention and Counteraction information assesses that 20%, or 1 out of 5 U.S. grown-ups, have been determined to have misery eventually. The creators of the review, distributed in Nature Emotional Wellbeing on September 11, said the reasons individuals experience wretchedness are complicated, with past examination proposing that way of life, science, and a singular conditions can all assume a part. The creators tried to figure out what elements make the greatest difference and why. The scientists from the College of Cambridge, UK, and Fudan College, China, concentrated on information from a biomedical data set called UK Biobank on 290,000 individuals more than a 9-year time span, incorporating 13,000 with melancholy. As well as hereditary and way-of-life information, they saw mind construction and invulnerable and metabolic frameworks, including X-ray cerebrum filters, from just shy of 33,000 members. In general, their discoveries proposed that having a more unfortunate way of life seemed to influence the resistant framework and digestion, which thus seemed to build the gamble of melancholy. The group took a gander at 7 solid way-of-life factors and observed that they were completely connected with a lower chance of melancholy. Co-creator Dr. Crystal Langley, from the branch of psychiatry at the College of Cambridge, said, "We're accustomed to considering a sound way of life being critical to our actual well-being, however it's similarly as significant for our emotional well-being. It's really great for our cerebrum well-being and insight, yet additionally in a roundabout way by advancing a better safe framework and better digestion." The 7 way-of-life factors connected to a lower chance of melancholy. Moderate liquor utilization. Asterisk sound eating regimen. Asterisk normal active work. Asterisk 7 to 9 hours of rest each evening. Asterisk never smoking. Asterisk low to direct inactive way of behaving. Asterisk incessant social association. Having somewhere in the range of 7 and 9 hours of rest a night seemed to make the greatest difference, cutting the gamble of sadness by 22%. Never smoking diminished the gamble by 20%, and having regular social association, which diminished the gamble by 18%, had all the earmarks of being the most defensive against repeating episodes of melancholy. Other way-of-life factors, for example, just savoring liquor control, seemed to diminish the gamble of melancholy by 11%, eating a solid eating regimen by 6%, doing ordinary active work by 14%, and low to direct inactive way of behaving by 13%. Way of life seemed to have a greater effect than qualities in the review. Members were doled out a hereditary gamble score in light of the number of qualities with connections to discouragement that conveyed. The creators found that those with the least gamble scores had a 25% lower chance of creating melancholy than those with the most elevated. Nonetheless, they said that this was a lot more modest effect contrasted in way of life, which seemed to assume serious areas of strength for a part against sadness, paying little heed to hereditary cosmetics, as per their discoveries. Members were additionally placed into 3 classes relying upon the number of the sound propensities they followed: negative, middle of the road, and great way of life. Those in the transitional gathering were 41% more averse to foster sadness than those in the troublesome, while those in the positive way of life bunch were 57% more outlandish, the review found. Co-creator teacher Barbara Sahakian, from the Division of Psychiatry at the College of Cambridge, said, "Despite the fact that our DNA, the hereditary hand we've been managed, can build our gamble of melancholy, we've shown that a sound way of life is possibly more significant. A portion of these way of life factors are things we have a level of command over, so attempting to track down ways of further developing them, ensuring we have a decent night's rest and getting out to see companions, for instance, could have a genuine effect on individuals' lives. Sorrow can make it harder to carry on with a solid life. Dr. Paul Keedwell, expert specialist and individual of the Imperial School of Specialists, who was not associated with the review, told Insider, "This is an intriguing and significant review given the immense data set that the researchers needed to draw on." Nonetheless, Keedwell brought up certain impediments. By all accounts, the review appears to demonstrate a causative impact of unfortunate ways of life on melancholy gamble. However, in populace-based examinations like this, it is frequently hard to make certain of the request for impact. We realize that a burdensome disease influences way of life. It can prompt expanded liquor utilization via self-medicine, idleness, unfortunate rest, horrible eating routine, smoking, and social withdrawal, he said.